friends. This is Mars, and I have had it trying to do this thing. So hopefully a few of you have been patient with me. I'm not feeling very patient. Anyway, today I was reviewing one of my favorite people, Archer Rahe, and I'm sure that plenty of you follow him. So sometimes when we're going through the information and watching footage and reviewing articles, we just skip over things really, really quickly. And I don't know, sometimes I just have some questions. And I feel like I want to be asking those questions. Let's see what Archer has to say today.
They're actively in war and they're not in NATO. Now, my friends, are you from America? I mean, I know over half of my audience is not from the United States, but if you are the part of the audience that is from the United States, get your popcorn and sit down. You will need to sit down. Putin signed an order insinuating that the sale of Alaska to the United States in 1867 was illegitimate. You can see this decree. This one is in Russia and has a Putin signature, and this one is in English. If you're from the United States, this is Russian dictator Vladimir Putin claiming your territory officially.
Yep. Okay. So, yep, that really happened. So I'm going to show you. First of all, let's look at word translated. You can see there that tweet. That's from today. Has been a big Russian sphere for years. Yep, that's true. Years and years. And he is telling Russians he is willing to give it a go, even if he just to earn himself some extra points domestically. Oh, great. Well, there you go. Let's look at the post that Archer is referring to. The reason I like this is that it has information about the translation to English. And so as I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, I want to know what they're referring to. Like, what the hell's going on right now? So I'm looking at this and I'm trying to find information. This is pretty general. In accordance with subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2 of Article 785 of the Budget Code of the Russian Federation. Well, I was looking everywhere for this stuff. This is the closest I found. Okay. You guys ready for this? Let me toggle onto the screen. I'm sorry. I'm slow. I'm learning. We're getting it. Okay, here we go. This is the closest thing I could find. Yeah, it's 114 pages, and look at this. Okay, we get down here. Come on. Yeah, that's the end. Article 307. That's the end, guys. So I don't know what they're talking about, but I would really love to see the document that they're referring to, because it seems to make a big difference when they're saying, hey, he signed like this decree. I would like to know what the hell they're talking about, because that matters. Okay, let's go to another news source. We're going over to Newsweek. And you know what's so great, guys? I even subscribed so that, woohoo, we don't have to go through a lot of ads. Yay. So the presentation here, we can play through that, but really it's easier to go through the words. So Putin signed a new decree relating to Moscow's historical real estate holdings abroad, a move interpreted by ultranationalist bloggers as a foundation for future revanchism against Russia's neighbors and even the U.S. Man, I need a drink. I've been trying to do this for hours. I just want to point out here that he signs this new decree. It's about holdings abroad, and this includes anything that belonged to the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union. And here it says this would include Alaska, swaths of Eastern and Central Europe, large chunks of Central Asia, and parts of Scandinavia. That's a pretty broad area, folks. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what this decree says. Looks really vague to me. And then it refers to something that, I don't know, if it exists, if it refers to a document, maybe we should see that document. Exactly what are they talking about? They plan to annex the territory? Are they just going to say that, that's null and void with the sale of Alaska? I mean, what's going to happen? Because they talked about a referendum. So there has to be some kind of premise according to the code that they're citing. So I would really like to see this, because if we're going off of information from bloggers, that just doesn't give me a lot of confidence, guys. It just really doesn't. I don't think we should give this a lot of attention. I think it's kind of, I don't know what it's about. But here, let's look at the past. Let's see if this has ever happened before. Moscow Times. The reason I'm citing Moscow Times is because if they're saying it, then yes, it's true. The story's been broken. It's been all over the media, all over the US. And, here we are at the Moscow Times, and they are legitimizing this rumor. Okay. So we can just kind of say that when it gets to this point, yes, it's true. Russian House Speaker threatens to take back Alaska. This is July 7th of 2022. Okay. So Volodin made statements about taking back Alaska, that it was not a legitimate sale. And there are other people. Okay, this is the whole basis, is first of all, bloggers are saying stuff, and they have a lot of subscribers, like in one case 530,000, which must make them very legitimate and know what they're talking about as a blogger. Holy hell. That doesn't tell me anything about who they are or what their credentials are or what information they're going from. That's just totally inaccurate. So don't take that. The other thing that they're saying to validate this claim is that, hey, there's also other political allies that agree with this to take back Alaska. Well, that doesn't legitimize anything. Or they're saying, but it's only 3 miles away, from America. Well, Russia's only 3 miles away from America. So maybe, Russia belongs to America. I mean, those arguments just don't make any sense. They just don't. So don't buy into any of that. It's just trash. I'd like to see something else. Okay. If it's true, show me something else. I thought this was just kind of funny. This is after Moscow Times, like the whole big thing came out, and they said, oh, we want Alaska, blah, 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 blah. So this is Alaska governor hits back after Putin ally suggests that Russia take back the U.S. This is July 8th, 2022. Hooray, Alaska. Okay, I must have done that wrong. Let's try again. Getting the hang of it. There we go. So all this came about because the U.S. imposed sanctions against Russia. This was just one of their little threats. They threatened a lot of stuff. Yeah, this isn't a reason that it was sold. It could become a state. Who cares? It's our land. Yeah, we could take Russia if that's the reason. Who cares? Me and my friend could say we want Russia. It doesn't seize you. Consensual is not seized. Here's the problem. It wasn't an invasion. It was consensual. That land was purchased. Yeah, these guys are totally up in the night, you guys. This is not going to happen, obviously. This is silly. Don't ever pay any attention to it. Okay, also, here we go. I think this was last, yeah. Let's see, this was last month, guys. See that? Let's see. Let's look at the date again. December 11th of 2023. Okay, so it kind of looks like this is happening all the time. Just silly to me that he signs this piece of paper that says nothing, means nothing, refers to nothing that they've shown, and that this is a reason to forward this propaganda about wanting to annex black. I've been saying this for almost 2 years. Right after St. Petersburg, been butthurt about it the whole time. Yeah, you know all about it. You know all about that stuff. All right, the other thing that I'm going to go to, the last thing. Let's see if I can get this other news source on here that I found. Kind of like it. All right, let's go up to this news source, critical threats. I was trying to check it out and look at its credibility. I'll have to look more into it, so that's just a disclaimer, but it looked like there were some positive strengths that it had about it. So this is as of January 21, yesterday. Okay. This is what I wanted to do. Excuse me, I'm making you dizzy, but you can see where to go. Key takeaways. Notice, I don't think it says anything about Alaska. Ukrainian forces reportedly conducted successful drone strikes against targets in Leningrad and Tula Oblast, where repeated Ukrainian drone strikes may fix Russian short-range air defense systems defending potentially significant targets along expected flight routes. I'm just going to scroll, you guys. I have some neurological stuff. I kind of want an AI to be reading all this stuff. So it talks about Moldova. So we have Transnistria having drones that are going into their airspace, looks like. Russia is trying to get more munitions from North Korea. Russian advanced a bit near Avdiivka. Russians are mistreating the troops. Russian federal subjects continue to foster patronage networks in occupied Ukraine. I'm not really sure what that means, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, as I'm looking at all of the critical threats there, I'm not seeing Alaska as anything that we need to be concerned about. So anyway, that's the end for today's stream. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like the video.